Alright then. Are you live? Let's make damn. Hey, there we are. Okay. So we're coming back with a little bit more Kentucky Route Zero. This absolutely fascinating subject. I don't want to say it's fascinating, but it's neat. I couldn't think of the word. I say it's not fascinating. It just hasn't proved that to me yet. It's dreamlike, eerie, and a little bit unsettling. Let's see if it keeps on that. If it keeps that title. Should say. And I believed. No, back. A while back. Back, continue. Okay. The finish one, and this is. Right? W5. This is W2. The ring. I don't know what it means, but it's there. Limits and demonstrations. Oh, someone knows. Limits and demonstrations. A Lula Chamber retrospective, marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years. This retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Lula Chamberlain comprises a diagonal slice through time, place, and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact, from intimate warmth of vertex texture fetch to the infamous visage, the latter of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Yet, these works share a confounding legacy in each of their debut exhibitions. They were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they described the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges of the vertices of her... We're pulling out the thesaurus for this one. Itinerant on display here. No, itinerant home life, and the beginnings... Okay. Oh, messenger. Neat. And the beginning and the end of her distinguished career. The works on display here are also traced to the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewers and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? Alright, neat. Oh, it's a horse. Oh. Title card. Basement Puzzle Number 2. Artist Sunset and Horse. 1976. Plaster and Wire. What do you think? Oh, let's see. What do you think it means by puzzle? Can you read the covers of those books? Solemn. Sad. Yeah, weird. I guess it's something you can solve. They must be symbols. Artist Sunset Horse. Or is it an anagram? Or like a goad? Or is it just misdirection? Maybe it's not a puzzle, but just about a puzzle. Ooh. Meta. Maybe it's a puzzle, but there's no right answer. It's kind of sad. That's kind of sad. Oh. Yeah, you can really close to these exhibits. Overdubbed Nam June Payak installation in the style of Edward Packer, 1965, 1973, 1980. Magnetic tape, handheld tape playback head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Alright about this one. It's interactive. Does it work? It's a bunch of old tape, and you run this tape playback head along it, and just listen to recordings, I guess. Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob jags the playback head along the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in a hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punch cards on the floor. The synthetic voice recording splices awkwardly into the tape. Lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. Oh, it's the most complicated choose your own adventure. Alright. 7 degrees and advance 4 inches. To leave the room, rotate To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Well, that is the longest strip, right? Yeah, let's do that. Gotta have a lot. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. So loud. I love it. I am now holding 2 punch cards. One of them, Joseph has scribbled the note Caves, and the other is blank. To insert Caves card, rotate 11 degrees and advance 2 inches. To insert blank card, rotate 95 degrees and advance 14 inches. Well, we gotta go the longest. We gotta go the long way around, right? Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. I am staying in the hallway. The walls are blank beige. It's just after winter quarter, but before spring, so there are no students around. Usually these walls would be papered with flyers announcing new student clubs, looking for roommates, selling old textbooks. But now they're blank. Seems like it skipped around a bit. Donald is here, scribbling on a scrap of graph paper. Joseph is here. You can hear me talking into the tape recorder. Sound like an anthropologist, Lula. An anthropologist? Oh, an anthropologist. An entomologist. To lean on Joseph's shoulder, rotate 7 degrees and advance 11 inches. To take Donald's hand, rotate 270 degrees and advance 2 inches. Oh, we have a discrepancy between degrees and inches. This is the beginning of the tape. I'm at home, alone. Joseph just left. We had an argument, but it'll work out. Wow, this is kind of personal. I feel a little embarrassed. What time period do you think this clip is from? The title card says 1965, 1973, and 1980, so if this is the beginning, I guess it's 1965? And the first one we heard was 1973 then. The middle? I usually start here, in my home. Whenever I'm sketching out a new piece, I start by just looking around. My closet door is open, and I can see a few sweaters and a dress I like. To go downstairs, rotate 11 degrees and advance 4 inches. To think about dresses, rotate 150 degrees and advance 15 inches. We're deviating from my length theory. I've stopped halfway down and I'm sitting on the staircase. The tape recorder is on the carpeted step next to me. I'm leaning against the wall, holding a glass of wine, looking at some framed photographs on the wall. To fall asleep, rotate 235 degrees left and advance 20 inches. To look at the photograph of a national park, rotate 7 degrees and advance 6 inches. I fell asleep for a moment. I had a dream about a cave. I'm with Donald and Joseph. We were somewhere looking for a cave. We're on a dirt trail in the park. Or well, it's not really a trail. It's a trail. It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path we've been walking. Walking sounds. Now we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. To enter the cave, rotate 65 degrees left and advance 4 inches. Oh, that's the only choice? Yeah, I guess that's the end of that one. So 65 degrees, 4 inches. How are they measuring that? That's the last trip. So everything's down here now. Final resting place. Don't be so morbid. To remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, rotate 12 degrees and advance 6 inches. Well, let's keep it positive for now. It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape. And then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow. And then, who knows? I've been recording it to this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here's a story. When I met Don and Joseph, they were both students, and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show, and then we met at some bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use that tumbler to store extra pins in my desk. So I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. No instructions. No, that's the end of the tape strip. I don't think we ever reached the long one at the top here. It's cheating to skip over it. Is it cheating to skip over there? I won't tell a soul. Maybe we missed something. Can we skip back a bit? Yeah, I won't tell a soul. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Think of our work? Our research? I think of our work. They'll die in those damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. We'll go deeper, that's all. They'll never find us. Did you hear their voices? They're not... They'll find you. But not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop fighting. Oh wait, stop. Your fighting is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right, we can't stay here. I'm leaving too. But I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down the zero. You'll be lost forever. But we need your voice for the machine, Lula. It only recognizes your voice. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Oh. That's it. Oh, that is... I am unsettled. What is that? Visage. 1984. Unknown media. What's that made of? What kind of machines are those? I find it's profoundly moving. What do you think, Bob? No, let's ask the questions. Looks like, yeah, teletype terminals, an old PDP tape cabinet, I think, or something from that period. My uncle had used those too. Slice of visage to build a visage. A puzzle to its owner. What? It's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. Sounds like it. I think it's lovely. Yeah, I like it. It is unsettling. Well, hello. Vertex texture fetch. Tree television and suspended cathode ray tube. Seems like your kind of thing. Bob, this seems like your kind of thing. The picture on the TV. Nice plant. What is that? Is a lighthouse? No, it's a weather vane. Or a windmill or something. Is it a lighthouse? Spinning coin suspended, correcting for angular motion. 1976. Found materials. What a lonely image. It feels strangely alive to bend. Didn't you have one of those? Oh yeah, I did have an old microfilm reader like this. I got it at a garage sale. Couldn't figure out what to do with it. That's why that's my whole shed. Just a bunch of weird, obsolete electronics I thought I might use. Someday. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll just sell them for scrap when the price of lead and plastic goes up. I guess everything gets broken down eventually. I want to exit. Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. It shows exhausting. Yeah, probably need to get to work anyway. It was fascinating. I just don't understand art enough to get it. I'll be honest. Oh, that's... Is that... Oh, that was like the preamble. Oh. ATTN. Lula Chamberlain. Ari, your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process as to maintain the standards we have established over the 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being successive. Oh. before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printer text is a hastily written note. Sorry for the condescending letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your OBT, STV, Robert. Might as well fold it up. Opens folder, display proposals. Opens folder of writing paper on the desk. To herself, quietly. Dearest Robert, thank you for your kind note. Though it has been years since my name appeared in the gallery program, except as an occasional dusty curiosity in a group show or as the impertinent subject of some misguided retrospective, I continue to something gratitude. Yours in SITU Lula. Oh. Rick clears his throat. Busy? It's not important. Buried. How are you, Rick? I shouldn't complain, so... did you get my note? About the office party? I'm going stag. I'm still working on them. Let's keep it business. Okay, gotcha. Well, I'm not here to rush you. So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry, I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Act 2, Scene 1. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Oh hey, we're back. What's up, Shannon? Didn't we just pass this place? Or maybe someone here can point out the right direction. Yeah, it looks like they're still open. Must be the night shift. What do you think they'll do here? Or they do here? Looks like an office building. It looks like a cathedral. What do you think? It looks like an office building. It's hard to see from here. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. Okay. It's weird, but do you think there's we're inside or outside right now? Both. Why not? Ha, okay. Very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Hey, Blue. How you doing, girl? Get a good rest in the truck. This leg is getting kind of stiff now, Blue. Oh. Well. Yeah. Yeah, no, you love a drive. I do too, usually. I'm gonna keep it a little positive today. Just cause. Into the line? Seems that way. Maybe it's still under construction. Well, work seems to have stopped for the moment. Yeah, we still got that limp. So I gotta keep. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Very nice. Oh. I see. Oh, hello. Receptionist. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there and by the elevator. I'll figure something out. We're actually a bit lost, ma'am. Let's settle a bet. Oh. Alright, Shannon. It's your time to shine. Actually, I'm pretty busy, but sure, what's up? Oh! Yes, I'm very curious about this. Wow, okay, is that like a philosophy thing, or are you just lost? Yeah, I guess it is this philosophy. We're just lost. We're getting some good banter going, some good buddy cop banter between no cops. You're lost, so you're not the, sorry, honest mistake. We're supposed to have a little celebration at the office, but the whiskey has never showed up. I saw your truck and thought, well, you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. What are you celebrating? Well, yeah, I'm curious. Oh, the less I understand, the better. When I'm here, I keep the fans turning and the furnace hot, and listen for the bell. When I get home, I'm a different person. That doesn't answer my question. Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood. Nope. You really need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks, but first, we've got to get you in the system. So you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now let's see. Rick is booked, proofreading drafts all afternoon. Wanda is out on a site. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area, or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? What? Okay. The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across the beach. Its shell is awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. Were these here before? Oh, I need to pay more attention to my surroundings. Jesus. The television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest. A scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. This is warm, but precariously fragile. And over here. Your television is playing an instruction video on an elevator's design. It is crucial to maintain proper lighting in an elevator. In the absence of sight, passengers' sense of motion is greatly enhanced. The passenger should never feel as though they are physically ascending or descending. The elevator should create the illusion that the building is flat. This is the mark of a successful elevator design. I see. I see. I don't understand it, but I see it. Over here. What's more? Oh yeah, there's more. Oh, there's always more. The television is playing a closed-circuit security feed of a housing project. The feed switches mechanically between locations: a hallway, a disused plot of grass, a stairwell, a mailbox. The television is playing a silent video of an empty theater. A microphone sits in the middle of the stage. The lights are slightly dimmed. The speaker hums impatiently. That elevator instructional really stuck with me, or is sticking with me. Never the illusion of no motion. Oh, is it any progress? Oh good, I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor, reviewing some diagrams. Elevator is just back there, back to the left there, 5th floor. I'm curious what's this way. Oh yeah, they went off. Books. 3 books are piled on a table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. The classic coffee table books. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. I got it. I'm curious. Oh. The envelope reads, "A Bureau of Secret Tourism." It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Alright. Oh, what's that? Okay. I don't know if that caught on stream, but yeah, it catches on stream. It's hard to tell if, you know, that's just the game being quirky, or if there's a glitch going down. It's on the 5th floor, right? Comic scans column of elevator buttons. 5th floor, diagrams and drafts. 4th floor, archives and records. 3rd floor, bears. 2nd floor, conference room. 1st floor, clerk's offices. Lobby. Maybe later. Yep, those are bears. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. We're looking for an ingestion clerk. No. Dismissed her, actually. She was up here an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk now, on the 1st floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... Fascinating. Alright. Get back to your work, buddy. Don't need to look at me. I'm just exploring this here inside-outside place. It's very pretty. I like the angular nature of it all. Reminds me of a point-and-click game called... Actually, I can't remember what it's called. But it's like about a janitor that does time travel. It's less quirky than that makes it sound. Okay, her office is down on the 1st floor. Okay, you don't need to go through all that again. Bears. Here's hoping we don't get mauled. Stop doing that. Like, I legit can't tell if it's in the game or the game's breaking down. Which I guess is good design, because, you know, it definitely puts me on unease. Alright, nothing to see here. You know, let's go up to the 4th floor. Oh, my head suddenly pounds. What is happening behind my eyeball? Okay, her office down the 1st floor. I'm curious. Okay. I was hoping for a little more clickables, but hey. Nope. I wanted to go down actually, but it doesn't matter. Hello? Are you lost? Very much so, yes. We're looking for Lula Chamberlain. Oh no, she's much too busy. Let me get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first, so you don't waste any of Miss Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned, talk to clerk. Oh my gosh. Med Stein, about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Can I just talk to this here woman? Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. Just need your ingestion card and list of your last 5 permanent addresses. I don't think I've had 5 permanent addresses. Okay. Let's skip. Which one of you is Luna Chamberlain? Oh, sure, that's her in the cardigan. See? We get business done. Having fun in the paperclip labyrinth? Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny. Do you know I used to live on Dogwood Drive? This was years ago. A grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a roommate. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer. I made sculptures. But that Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the 0? My cousin Weaver sent us this way. Your cousin Weaver? Weaver Marquez? I hadn't expected to hear from her again. What does that mean? We used to exchange short emails. Just these terse descriptions of things we saw throughout the day. It was sort of a joke between us, but they stopped. I assumed she'd found something better to do with her time. Hope she wasn't in trouble. I lost touch with her so suddenly. I had recommended that she go see some old friends of mine at the university about a new acoustic survey venture. I often worry she became wrapped up in some tenured professor's quixotic? Weird research project. You know the type. Gray-haired, intellectual, narcissistic. Well, that is, I guess she sent you here because she respected me. I thought I could help. Weaver's a dear girl, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. But where's Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one. Get over yourself. Ooh, Little pauses, taken aback. Well, I guess that's fair. Alright. Maybe we can help you. For Weaver. Yeah. For Weaver. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now have these databases and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large Leaf Dogwood Drive. Or Himalayan flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive, or we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. You have records. Alright, where's the computer? Computer? Oh, that's all handled off-site. We write up a formal request for analysis, provide the necessary data, and then send the whole thing out by computer, or by courier. So first, you'll need a data. I expect you'll find the road name change log up in the archives and records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under 0 for odonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Oh my god. Ula, you have been both very helpful and no help whatsoever. Thank you for your time. I did not realize I would be playing Bureaucracy Simulator. It's very own existential crisis in form of... Alright, yep. When do I get to see the bears for real? Like, when am I supposed to see the bears? Also, my quality dropped for like a moment. I can see there on the bit rates. Documents. Alright, let's get to tearing this place up. Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. The small logbook has a leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Inside front cover, page 1, page 14, inside back cover. Put the logbook away. Well, let's start at the beginning. Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do it for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with letters A, B, C, D, E, or F. Or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc. But air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Oh dear. Page 1. Silver documents relating to a sporting competition. Sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, basketball fields, alleys, and parking lots. Oh, peas, you say. A single set of documents relating to a coal mining operations was checked out and back in several different people within a few hours. Inside the front cover. Oh, coal mining. Oh, coal mining. Oh dear, coal mining. Okay. Inside the back cover. Failing antique shops. Folder missing. Listed checked in page 63, but not present. Yeah. Check-in. Failing antique shops. Monday, 3 p.m. Signed, Ed Boom? I don't know what a numeral does. Alright. I guess that's a lead? Nothing? Me neither. Half these boxes aren't even labeled. The rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. Maybe the clerk knows somewhere else we can look? What if we check D? How long are these hiccups last without any like payoff, the more I'm certain that the game is just giving me a little trouble. Give me a few hiccups. Okay, our office is down on the first floor. Alright. What was that to me when they named the first floor the floor above the lobby? Just don't make no damn sense to me. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago. Can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activities. They're in a storage locker? That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect, at the church. Marianne at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. And while you're out on the road, you might want to stop to see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of joints and limbs. And I know he works at night. His office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop to see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. God, the office life is truly a terrible thing. Don't tell my boss I said that. Lobby. Lobby. Is this... I guess I should just stop talking about the glitches, but I can't stop worrying about them. Marianne? Get what you needed? Lewis says you could direct us to the church. Stay with me. What is this place? Oh yeah, let me... Just another office, lady. Just another job. Are you kicked out the congregation to set up your office? Yeah, I'm curious about that too. I wasn't here for that, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. Still, I won't judge until I've seen everything. They've got a new church now. The Bureau set it up for them out of some of their old storage spaces. I'm sure it's still very nice. Go see for yourself. Just get back on zero and drive until you hit Crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. Okay. So, gotta hit that doctor, which is something Bowling Green. My sense of direction is going to get us killed on the road. I am sure of it. It's time to go. It is time to go. Oh. A little bit different now. I am once more unsettled. Is this the crystal? No. The jaw. Oh. Where's Bowling Green? Cactus. I found this crystal and I turned around, but... Oh, I forgot I could read this. Proceed tourism. Esoteric excursions for the intrepid and curious. All directions start from the Bureau. Reclaimed spaces, river tunnels. These tunnels are a series of... Oh, God. Of Materials excavated by runoff from an underground river which long ago evaporated. Now the tangled vessel of marooned echoes. Drive clockwise until you reach the feather. I am not going the right way. Pause for a moment to consider the cave walls. Reverse direction and drive counterclockwise until you hit the birdhouse. Now turn around again and you're almost upon it. To return, simply find the feather again and turn around. Alright, well, I'm in Springs. Oh. Oh, the sandwich. Why is it a brick? Oh, 84. Go clockwise until we hit the record. The trowel. We might be in a loop. Yeah. There's something interesting. I'm not picking up my mouse, but it's just automatically moving. If I hold it down, it'll automatically move whichever side I'm currently on. Sandwich again. God. Oh dear oh me. I may have gotten us very lost. No, it's the ashtray again. Hey, you're looking kind of tired there, old man. Want me to take the wheel for a bit? I'm fine. I mean, that's a good idea. That mean? Oh, self-storage. Whoa, wait, is that it? Oh fuck, I should have explored a bit. I didn't. I kind of got excited. St. Thomas Church. I soon seen you. I didn't even get to check the leg. Hopefully we get a chance to explore a little bit later. Oh, here for the night mass? What kind of mass is it? Where's the congregation? I guess this must look pretty strange, a church without a congregation. When they first moved here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes. Same with the organist. Oh, and I found some old acetates in the Bureau archives. Photo of people in churches, so I keep it running. You do what you have to, right? Right now we need to find some Bureau documents. That depresses me really hard. Oh, you're from the Bureau. I moved all the documents to Unit C315 to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building, same floor. I need to get the night mass started, but you can borrow my keys. I'll go. You wait here. Wrench your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Nice lady. Well, I better get this running. Brandon presses play on an old tape machine. Conway listens to the... There are many days on which we proclaim the value of labor and celebrate the piety of the hard-working through the feast of abstinence. Recognizing St. Joseph the worker, who was foster father to our Lord Jesus, and who tainted him oh god, trained him in carpentry, and in the merit of sweat, and this is one such day. And what does this do, the homeowing? Let's just listen. On this day, we celebrate with the feast of Saint Joseph, the worker. And on this day, other workers are also celebrating workers who do not attend Mass, or even one like it. Even workers who do not attend a church at all, but who toil with clarity, with dedication, with perspicacity, who do as we do here in our church. Inasmuch as they reflect the activity of God, as we do, they cultivate the earth, and at sundown, they call the fruit of their labor very good. Beyond the church, this day is celebrated in remembrance of a violent protest in Chicago, and to honor the 4 martyrs who were unjustly persecuted in its wake, having not only pursued their vocation in their daily labor, but also having pursued their avocation in the form of protest, activism, community building, radicalization, scholarship, and finally martyrdom. Their and our avocation being, as it should be for us all, as members of the church or otherwise, to secure for our fellow workers the right to labor with dignity. So just as there is no dignity without sacrifice, there is no vocation without avocation. Just as the left eye perceives that which is to the left, and the right eye perceives that which is to the right, and these images are summed, differentiated, and incorporated, and we find in our mind's eye an afterimage of divine light, only where love and need are one, and the work is played for moral stakes. Is the deed ever really done for heaven and for the future's sake? Okay, that's it. Next, there is some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in. I don't remember them anyway. Hi, got it. Got what? We're just talking about work and hobbies. We're just listening to a sermon. What? I found what we came here to get. The file's street name changes. The file's street name changes. My brain is melting. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out, and then maybe we should see a doctor that the clerk recommended. Right. Sorry I didn't talk to you earlier, Shannon. I was distracted by our new friend. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Just gonna turn on the lights real quick. Alright. Oh, dude. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? I'm okay. Again? My leg is stuck. Shit. Okay. I'm going to pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay. Are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? All messed up. It's fine. Just try and stand up. Be careful. I'm right here. Damn, don't worry. I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Let's see if this thing has power. Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met. I think I need to see that doctor. Yes, you do. She hands Brandon the doctor's cards. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky to get back and forth between, here and there. The only way I know some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back to where you came, find the crystal, and turn around. Okay. I know it's important that we go there, but I'm curious about these other places. Okay. Alright, let's start with, yeah, the river tunnels. Until you reach Feather, pause for a moment, then reverse direction until you hit the birdhouse. Now turn back around and you're upon it. Pipe organ. And I thought the last episode was dreamlike. This is downright surreal. No, it's a sprocket. This is clockwise, right? Well, I guess we're seeing new stuff every time, so that's good. Nope. Pause for a moment. Oh. With the warehouse, and we just turn on again? Oh, the tunnels. The tunnels are described as a series of arterial excavated by runoff in the underground river. Yeah, yep. Surprisingly large, a distant scratching sound catches Conway's attention from the tunnels. Leading downward, another tunnel runs into the darkness. Left. Calm down. Conway and Shannon climb down. The tunnel narrows a bit. The air is warmer here. Come down. It has something is hiding just out of sight. Come down. 3 gray-furred cats sit on a piece of driftwood, tails coiled. They regard the intruders for a moment and return to their indifferent leisure. Cool. Oh, how do we get... Okay, I gotta turn on the feather again. I think I need to go clockwise, probably? Oh. Oh no. Are we looped? We're stuck in a loop again? Oh, the Shetron? The Acehedron? That's what it is. The cathode ray. Bottle. The TV. The C note. Pipe organ. Okay, we're back on track. We're getting back there, I think. The crystal. I don't think we're gonna go through all the different places. As much fun as it'd be. I'm not sure why. More text. Plus, we gotta get this leg checked out. Act 2, Scene 2. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Please. How's Marianne doing? Back so soon? Can we talk to Clerk Chamber again? And you get to the Interstate 65. Lula filed your papers. So you're in our system now. I can process you whenever you're ready to go back. Just let me know. Got a few more things to see down here, I'd say. More things to see down here. And we definitely gotta get to Lula. I got plenty to see. Those there's a text-based adventures, but yeah, we gotta get this mum leg checked out before it's too late. Oh, is she not there? Oh, I don't see her. Did you leave any note by her desk, maybe? No. Go back up to the top 5th floor then. Yeah, if she's not there, we'll at least see all the other floors on the way. Bear. Not there either. Nowhere. Guess we're ready to be processed. Can't help but notice the vector lines are here as well. Were they here before? I just can't remember. There's a cat. Ready. Jan's a receptionist, Lula's card. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Of course, this is in a neighborhood just outside of Bowling Green. Go 65 on southwest. Just take a right past the observatory just before the river. Then north, you'll be there shortly. Happy to help. Oh. Yeah, let's take a right by something. Fuck. I can't remember what to take a right by. Is it the radio tower? No, it can't be the radio tower. I guess this is a right. I don't think it's by the oils. Was it even by? Oh, take a right. By the observatory. Think is that? It won't tell me. I am getting scared. The neighborhood at the address on Lula's card has been demolished. Its place is a large museum, still partially under construction. Well, good. Act 2, Scene 4. Museums of Dwellings. Museum of Dwellings. Sablu. Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. Guy was a weirdo. Interesting. Doesn't seem that weird. You didn't see this guy. Tall, kind of stooped over, limping bad. Looked like an old drunk if you ask me. Bet they're both drunks. Breaking in here looking for a place to sleep it off. I just feel bad for that old dog getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on the porch somewhere, but that's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay for long anyway. Interesting. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. What are you doing up that late? What are they talking about? Man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. But they didn't know, so they kept looking around. I just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that? I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense in getting involved. How'd they get in? Must have been one of the kids who left the front door unlocked. Something's got to be done. They run around like animals, you know. That Flora left a can of soda on top of my shelter door. And I almost killed myself slipping on that sticky mess the next morning. Something's got to be done. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. That's weird. It's not a wall. I guess let's get out of here. Can we not? I guess not. Let's stick around a little while. Nothing I can call for help with? Guess not. No. The moment I now recall most clearly from their short visit was the birdcage exhibit. The old man stopped to rest, or maybe to think. The young woman had been anxious up to that point, but she stopped as well and examined the birdcage more closely. It seemed to elicit a tenderness from her. She ran one fingernail across along the bars of the wire cage, making out like a tuneless scale, like a child's xylophone. Or marking out. Then they moved. Okay, they move. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of those glitches around here either. Oh, what is happening? Okay, come on, go on. I was playing in the empty cabin, and they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them. Did you talk about anything else? Where did Dr. Truman go? It's a secret. Urza told me. I can't tell anyone else. Let's see. Who is Urza? He's my age. He doesn't really live here. He's just passing through with his brother, Julian. First they're going to help us, but I can't say any more about that. We have a lot of secrets. The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. You want to hear a weird story? Of course I do. The old man asked me about the cabin. He said it looked like another house he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived here, so he went inside to look. He took a long time exploring. When he came back out, he told me about it. What did he find in the cabin? He went upstairs, and he also looked around the other rooms. I played with the dog. What did he do upstairs? He looked in some boxes, he looked out the window, he could see the museum better, and when he came downstairs, he could tell how it was all put together. And the cabin too, he could see the shape of it better from the up there. Now the part that was weird, he said he went into the basement. That cabin doesn't have a basement. He said he found stairs in the closet. He said he found a secret door in the floor. So he dug through the ground to get there. Then he found a staircase and he found the rope leading down to a long pit. He climbed down. He was surrounded by giant aphids. It was so long his arms got very tired and he fell into the dark. Glowing moss. Walls covered in glowing moss. Tried to eat some of the moss. He used the moss to light a lake at the bottom. The water swept him around until he didn't know where he was, and finally he fell asleep in the water. He woke up on the floor in the cabin. He came back outside and said goodbye. I didn't talk to him anymore. Any point in being over here? I see it's like a bird cage, some kind. Coop. We gotta get rid of the chickens in that coop. Do some homesteading. None of these folks know how to live off the land, you know? You know what I mean? It's just splay. Another kind of dwelling. Yeah. No offense against you guys. I mean, I appreciate what you've all done for us. I'm going to look over here. Thank you. That dog was nearly as bad a shape as the old man, just sort of struggling along. They found some treats in the doghouse exhibit that seemed to cheer them up a bit. I think you need to get some real horses in the stable. Do you like horses? This stranger's going to stable. No, they just poked around a bit. Talked about barns. They were pretty boring. Nothing over here. Hello. Sure, I talked to them for a bit. Actually, we talked for quite a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. I can't sleep in a storm like that. I never could. Do you see how they got in? What did you talk about? What did you talk about? I had a bottle in my coat, and I could see the old guy looking at it. His leg was hurt pretty bad, so I offered him some. He got real awkward about it. I bet he's in a program. Anyway, they were asking about Dr. Truman. I remember him. He was here for a bit, and then he left. So that's what I told him. Oh, there was a glitch. There was one of them glitches. We're gonna go back here. Why not? Umbrella time. Oh, hello. They wouldn't come in, just rushing around. You could tell they were worn. It was late at night, but just rushing around. Well, there was some urgency in the older man's injury, so it was understandable. What were they looking for? They were looking for Dr. Truman, but of course, I had nothing to say. The man was hurt, you know? Where's Dr. Truman? He left, of course. We talked about it before. He left, and we don't know how, or when, or what happened to his charming horse. Okay. Well, we just don't know. I suppose we never will. Y'all know about the giant bird? The giant bird has me a little nervous. Just a little bit. Oh, there are them glitches again. Oh, hello again, bird. I heard a shout from downstairs. The old man had stumbled in the rain. I stayed inside with the lights off. There's no sense in getting involved. It's got a cage. The bird has a cage. I didn't see or hear anything all night. A thing all night. I was in the back doing inventory when I came by. They came by. Oh god. I got 30 cases of candles in, and each one of those has got to be individually labeled, you know? But I heard from some of the other neighbors that they weren't up to any harm, just passing through. Ezra. I saw you folks drive up like... I like your truck. What kind of truck is that? Shop, it's the only one that runs. Do you know where Dr. Herman is? Let's get straight to the point. Yes, ma'am. He's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him out there a few nights ago. He didn't want to come back. He lives there all the time now. The museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this, or when they do, it gives them nightmares. So we take them out to the forest to sleep, and then bring them back in the morning. It's family in the forest? Oh, no, I don't know where they are. Me and Julian were looking for them for a while, but anyway, we have a job to do here. Now, taking these people out to the forest at night so they can sleep, and maybe if the rest of them will be like Dr. Truman and want to stay out there. We'll get back to looking. Can you tell us how to get to the forest? You have to follow the Green River way out east, and then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go there. But me and Julian can take you. We were just about to go anyway. Got to call him over, yelling. Oh! Okay. Hello, Julian. Do I click? Oh. Okay, so I click where I want him to fly around. Guess I'll go, oh, church, house. The flayed hull of a country home smolders in the night. Parts of the property are obscured by smoke. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. You have to follow the Green River way out east and then hop over Lake Cumberland. Okay, where is east? So east. Church? Oh. A country church with a pitched roof and 3-story spire. A large LED display glows in the parking lot. Behind the church are several dusty metal trash cans, all closed. Is that Lake Cumberland? Maybe? This is east-ish? Bait shop? No, this isn't. A large dirt parking lot surrounds the bait shop. A sign is vaulted above the road on thin steel bar. Yes. It's Neon River, Lake River. Off it. Ooh, what's it? What? Go on. Go figure. Tiny gray figure walks along the side of the road carrying what appears to be a guitar case. He's followed closely by a smaller shape. A dog? He suddenly winks out of view, perhaps into the woods. It's Neon River Lake. Where? That's the Green River. Follow the Green River way out east. I guess museum. Green River. The lake? Farmhouse. Flying past speed and angle, the farmhouse is invisible among the trees. Its location is only marked by Conway and Shannon's memories. Oh. Neat. Yeah, this is the Green River. Okay. Going along. Wrong river. From above, the huge swaying tipple looks like a small wooden lattice, framing the edge of the mine's entrance. This way. I guess. Oh. The lake. Giant figure drags itself out of the lake, stuffs its limbs into a smart blue suit, and struggles slackly out of view. Green River Lake. Isn't Lake Camberley? Well, it says way out east, so I guess we're not there yet. Let's double check. Yeah, over Lake Cumberland. But this is as far as we can go. Oh. Up over Lake Cumberland. I didn't see a Lake Cumberland. Unless this Lake Cumberland? Yeah, Lake Cumberland, okay. Wrong turn. Is this a lake? Boy, I've never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen a lake like this. And again, I guess I don't see too many lakes in my life. Is that it? If I were a betting man. Act 2, Scene 5. A forest. Oh. We are Ezra. Oh. It's okay. Just take it easy. We gotta get back on the road. I'll just close my eyes. I think that's a good idea. Just take some strain off your leg for a minute and then we'll keep going. Why is this delivery so important to you? I don't know. Okay, well, who knows why we do anything, right? Somehow it seems important to me too. Maybe we'll figure it out when we get there. What do you like to do? Chase rabbits? Just lay around? Julian too, he sleeps all day. Huh? That house has a gap in it. Fascinating. They say fascinating a lot today. Shouldn't be much farther now. I think I see where the Solomon ends over there. Some fine looking trees. This forest is full of shadows. This wood's going. There's some fine looking trees. Yeah, real nice. You a tree enthusiast? Like birds, birds like trees. Just nice to have someone to lean on. I like birds, birds like trees. Okay, I can follow that logic. You're in a lot of pain right now, aren't you? Just thinking about getting back to work. We're almost there. We'll be patched up and back in that truck. We can handle this. Oh wait, whoa, was there more? Was there more? Don't you do that. Oh, Blue. I can talk to Blue again? Oh yeah. Hey girl. Been over to the lake? Have you ever been over to the lake? Went there once with my folks. Got some burgers, it's pretty great. Do you have any family you're close with? Brother, sister, kids? My brother wouldn't say it's close. What does he do? Some kind of banker? He kind of a jerk sometimes. He's about my age, retired. I don't know, just no drifter. About my age, retired. Tired, I can't imagine. Oh, that is some real, oh, that's some real country ambiance. Let's just take a moment to listen to the cicadas chirp. Retired, I can't imagine. Well, I'd probably hate it anyway. You never talked to him? He's too good for me, I guess. Nah, burned that bridge pretty bad. Who knows? I guess I was always closest with Weaver. As close as someone can be with a girl like that. She's always on her own wavelength, but we were the same age growing up, and everyone else was so busy. When she disappeared, I got pretty angry. And I guess it just stayed that way. I never really understood her. But I knew her. It's lonely without someone like that around. Sorry, you're a good listener. You have any way of falling... Okay. Any way of falling behind, don't you? But you come from a big family of dogs. Well, a pretty good sized family too, I guess. I guess we'll see the rest of them pretty soon. He's inside with Dr. Truman. Are you coming in? Where have you been? I saw you for a minute. Yep. It's easy to get lost, especially out here in the woods like this. I never really got lost, though. I had to look out for Julian. He's always around. My folks had a really nice house. Bigger than any of those houses, but it made me worried all the time. Then the bank took it back. We had to sleep at the bus station, but I couldn't ever get to sleep. Tess went out to fly around every night with Julian. We flew really far. Never got lost, but when we came back in the morning, they were all gone. We'll help you look for them. Yeah, okay. Maybe we can all go looking again later tonight. Let's go see what's on the TV. Now I'm convinced that the glitches are just because of the game. And yeah, I think during the exit interview is when I really realized how badly they had me. But how else can I pay for medical school? I have college friends with debts that you can't expect to pay that back unless you're planning to sell painkillers on the side or something. You know, some kind of administrative thing. I don't know. Having seen what Arthurus did to my grandmother, my best friend in high school destroy his wrists building synthesizers. I mean, he was like 17. Elements of joints and limbs just seem important to me. I hope that answers your question. Getting a scholarship with that pharmaceutical company had a lot of strings attached, but at least I have somewhere to practice, even if I have to follow their market trends a bit. And hey, thanks to all those seminars, I'm an expert on the medical uses of Neurpinol TM. It's not so bad. So how about that leg? What happened exactly? It's too dark to tell, really. There's something grabbed my leg in the dark. Let's crisp it. Too dark to tell, really. Somewhere around in the dark. You might have just twisted on something, right? Let's take a look. What are they singing about? Singing about travel? Singing about going home? Singing about hard times? Yeah, everybody's pretty tough right now. Even if you just want to go home, you'll have problems. Like it'll be too dark or you'll get scared. It's hard sometimes, but things have a way of working out. Maybe you can just stay lost in the dark. Maybe you'll be okay with that eventually. Your friend's in pretty bad shape, isn't he? That's nothing we can't handle. You might have a few things to look out for in the future, but be vigilant with your leg or the way you walk, but you'll be okay. I've dealt with similar cases before. CNSX we'll use is called Neurpinol TM. It's pretty experimental, but it's more appropriate in cases like yours. The way it works is I'll count backwards from 5 to start the process, and then we'll just have a normal conversation as the Neurpinol takes effect. Then I'll get started. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's talk about billing for a moment. The pharmaceutical company I'm contracted with, it was recently acquired by an energy company. There's some different standards for billing and revenue. So it's a bit complex now. End of Act 2.